to you about what we're talking about in class. So you'll be able to pause, rewind, and listen to it again if you felt like you didn't understand it the first time. So quickly, I'm going to tell you about the parts of books that we're talking about in class. So obviously by now you should know the cover of a book is what's on the outside that protects the pages on the inside. The title of a book is always usually in bigger letters, so it really pops out for you. So the title of this book is Marines of the U.S. Marine Corps. The author's on the front, it says by Jennifer Reed. If we open up the book, there's going to be a blank page or two. Those are the end pages. And then we're going to find the title page. You'll know it's the title page because it will have the title, the author, and the publishing company, the company that puts the book together. Usually, now not always, but usually on the back of the title page is the copyright page. Let me look here. So the copyright, I'm going to zoom in for you. The copyright tells you right here when the book was published. So this book was copyrighted in 2009. You can see the C with a circle around it that tells you when this book was published. Sometimes you will see multiple copyrights. So what those are telling you is that the book has been published a couple different times. So maybe the oldest one was when the book was written, and the newest one was when this book was put together and printed and bound together. Over here is the table of contents. The table of contents tells you the chapters and what pages you can find them on. So if I wanted to find joining the Marines, it would be on chapter 4. If I wanted to read about serving our country, I could just turn to page 18. So the table of contents is great because sometimes maybe you only need to read about a certain topic in the book. And that's where you can look at the table of contents and just turn to that page and read that chapter. We're going to flip to the back now to look at the glossary. I like the glossary a lot. It is like a dictionary for the book. So sometimes in books when we're learning about different things, there might be words that we don't know or don't understand. You can turn to the glossary and read the words that you didn't understand and learn more about them. So for example, infantry. Infantry is a group of people in the military trained to fight on land. They give you the definition of a word you might not know. I'm going to turn to the index here. The index is really great. When I was your age, I really didn't understand what the index meant. Even though I know I learned about it, I never really got it. But the index basically, let's say you're doing a report on military and you have a whole bunch of military books in front of you and you really are trying to write maybe a paragraph on military helicopters. So in all of your military books, you can turn to the index and look for helicopters. And you'll know in this book, you can turn to page 8. So page 8 is going to have all the information in this book that has about helicopters. So you can turn to page 8 and find the helicopter information. So that's why we would use an index to find just the information that we want to talk about. Okay, boys and girls, so now your homework. Find some books at home. Look and see if you can find the oldest copyright at your house. Can you find a copyright that is so old? A hint is, if the book looks old, it might have an old copyright. So you might have some old books that are kind of there for decoration. Those are interesting books to open up and look for the copyright because they might be from 1922. They could be older than your grandparents. So those are neat books to look at the copyright. So look and see, can you find the oldest copyright in your house? Look at the oldest book you can find, okay? While you're at home as well, if you have library books at home with you or just pick out a book or two, see if you can locate the title page. See if you can locate the copyright in that book. Does your book have a table of contents? Does it have a glossary and an index? So check those out in a book that you have at home. Awesome. I hope you guys have a good week, hopefully, or two at home. And I hope I get to see you very soon. Bye.